Welcome to this video about Fibonacci tool. Okay, in this video, we're going to learn about the Fibonacci tool, what it is, where it comes from, what are these levels, right? These numbers, and how to add the levels, and how to remove them, and how to use it, right? So, and how many different type of tools do we have? So let's get started. The first thing, well, it's very important. First, you need to understand that, if whatever the tool, like a computer or a car or anything, right? Any tool that you use, you must know about the tool, right? And if someone doesn't know how to use Apple computer, and then you give him the best of the best Apple computer, it's useless because the person doesn't know. So in this case, what are we doing here in trading? We're measuring moves, right? Swings up and down, right? So the only tool we have to use and to measure these moves is the Fibonacci tool. So if you don't know how to use it properly, then we will be making a lot of mistake, which is not okay, right? So let's get started. First thing I want to show is this. Excuse me. I've been doing one-on-one, a lot of them, and this and that, so my throat is always messed up now. All right. So first thing I want to show you is this, right? So now, what the heck is these numbers are, right? So now Fibonacci, where that name come from is that this is a guy, the mathematician, right? Leonardo Fibonacci is an Italian mathematician, and he wanted to learn math, excel in mathematics. So he decided to go to Arab countries because, at that time, Arabs were on the top of the world of science and math and all of that. And they sent him to study pyramids, right, in Egypt. So he was studying there, and then he discovered something, right? So this is how it is. He said, and by the way, he is the one who gave us these numbering from 0 to 9 that we use today. Before that, we were using Roman numbers like I for 1, 2I for 2, V for 5, right? So this is the number system that he is the one that invented it and gave it to the humanity. Now he said that, if I'm going to start from here, right? So he said, okay, this is 0, and 0 means nothing. So if you add nothing into nothing, the result is nothing. But if you, and this one, if you have nothing and then you add something into nothing, then you're going to get something. Now you have last two digits in this sequence here, 0, 1, 1. So we're going to take last two numbers, 1 and 1. Now we're going to add those two numbers, 1 and 1, that equals 2, right? If you add something into something, that you get something else. Now we have three numbers, 1, 1, and 2. So we're going to take last two numbers and add them up, like here. 1 plus 2 equals 3. Now take last two numbers and add them up. 2 plus 3 equals 5. And keep doing that, so on and so forth, right? So to the infinity. So the results, what are the results? 0, this is 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, and so on and so forth, right? So, and that is making a series here, 0, 1, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21, 34, 55, 89. Every time what you need to get another number, the next number in the sequence, that you add the last two numbers. For example, you add these two numbers, you get this. You add these two numbers, you're going to get this. You add these two numbers, you're going to get this, right? So the beauty about this series is that you take any two consecutive numbers. In my case, I take like 377 and 610, for example, right? So take that and then divide 377 by 610. The result is 0.618. And if you divide the 610 by 377, the result is 1.618. Always. So he tested different numbers. Like, for example, you take 89 and 144 and do the same thing, divide into each other. Answer will be this, 0.618 and 1.618. If you take 987 and 1597, answer will be the same. Any two consecutive number in the series from anywhere in the series, the result will be these. If you divide into each other, 0.618 or 1.618. So he called this number 0.618 is like a golden ratio. It is everywhere, right? Throughout the series, every two numbers, you divide the small with the greater one, you get 0.618, right? So what is the importance of this? is this. I'm gonna just okay, where the heck that document? Okay, so now we have golden ratio is 0.618. Now we will do some different mathematical function, like for example, the square of 0.618 is 0.382. If you see, this is where it is. If you draw a fib, for example, I'm going to draw just a new fib here, right? So you see that this point, okay, I'm going to get some where I have blank. Let me see if I have, okay, yeah, here, right? So let me see. Yeah, here, it's much better, right? Now, you see this 38.2 right there, right? This tool, all the numbers are multiplied by hundreds. The decimal goes 2 digits on the right. This is actually 0.382, but here if we look into as a percentage, so that's why it is 38.2, right? But the number is there. So now, if you take a square root of 0.618, you get 0.786, and in the tool it is 78.6. Is right there. 78.6, right? Then you see that square root of this 0.786 is 0.886, which is the next number here, 886. So you see, now reciprocal of 0.618 means 1 divided by 0.618 will give you 1.618, which is the number is right there, where it is, right there, right? And now, these three numbers are added. They are not Fibonacci numbers. 0.5, 0.7, 0.707, and 1.414. This is taken because like 50%, the half of it, right? So half, the square root of half is 0.707, and then the square root of 0.707 is 1.414. Those two numbers are 0.707 right here, and 141.4 is right here. All right. So, and then the reciprocal of 0.786 means 1 divided by 0.786 is 1.27, which is right there, 127%. Right. And then this square root of 1.27 is 1.127, which is also right there. This one, right? So all these numbers, most of them, right? And then you can just add and do all the multiple mathematical function out of that 0.618, and you will get the more and more numbers. But we don't need that. These are the numbers that I have here. More than enough, right? So you do not need any more number here. All the numbers that needed in harmonic patterns, the calculating the harmonic patterns or Elliott wave are here right now in this tool, right? So I add these numbers, and how do I add it? When you open the fresh new MT4, you don't have these numbers. You have maybe like 2 or 3 numbers, right? 0.618 and 100% and 0 and that's something like that. So you add these numbers. How you do it, that you select this tool and then right click, and it goes Fibo properties. And what you do is that you see Fibo level, click on that. Now you have these levels here, maybe 2 or 3 levels in this tool, right? But now you need to add a number. So you click here, add, and here you type the number. So now here you type decimal thing, and then here you type percentage value, right? For example, if I need to this 20, right? So I'm gonna type here 0.20, 0.20, and then here I'm gonna type 20.0, right? And then a couple of space, and then type these two symbols, percentage and the dollar sign. What they do, these signs, is that they print the value next to the level. See that? It's 78.6, and then you see the number. This is the value at that level. So you can see clearly, and you can read that, okay, this is what it is, right? So this is how you add, or if you need to delete, like for example, I don't want this number here, right? If I say this and then press OK, that number will show up here, right? But I don't need it now. So I will erase that by selecting and delete. It's gone, right? So this is how you add any number or take out any number at your will. Now, why do we do that? Because if you have to draw a couple of fibs and then you have all these lines and numbers, the chart will become like a very, like cluster, right? And it's gonna look ugly, right? So too many lines, too many numbers. So you just want relevant numbers on the chart. For example, if you have Gertley pattern that you're suspicious about that, maybe there's a Gertley pattern, so you want to measure that. So you need 3 levels there, only 3 levels, right? I'll tell you what it is. So you don't need all these levels, only those 3 levels. So what I did, let me show you. I made these fibs, different fibs for different things, different patterns, right? And then I saved them on one page. That page is here, right? So you're gonna get that as well. You probably have it. So you have this template. I'll give you this template, right? So this template is you need to put it on eur-usd monthly chart. Open a eur-usd monthly chart and then apply the template, which is called fib new, right? The one I gave you. Then all of these fib will pop up on the chart, right? So when you have that, you apply the template and don't forget to press this number twice. Otherwise, you're not gonna see any fib, right? They will be hidden. So you press these couple of times, then they will show up. So all these fibs are there. What are they? Different harmonic patterns. Like, for example, I gave you the example of a Gertley pattern. So Gertley pattern requires only 3 numbers, 78, 61, and 23. So you see, if you draw this, it's clean on the chart. Not like this, right? Or all of these, like a small butterfly, big butterfly, bad pattern, this pattern, that, all of that. So we will get into that, one by one. So the way to pick this up is like you select and then right click, then go fib properties, and then you click few of these levels, then OK. And now you have this one on your cursor. Watch. See that? This one, same thing that I picked up this one. If I draw now, this is the one that's going to draw, right? But if I don't want that, I want this one. So I'm going to select this, right click, fib properties, and click here a couple of times. Okay. Now I have this one on my, watch this. See that? So whatever fib I need on the chart, for example, let's say if I see this 40-minute chart and I see that this could be, let me just remove this, right? So I said, okay, this one, this from here to here, is it a butterfly pattern? So, so I want to see, right? So it looks like a butterfly pattern. So I'm going to see that if I can pick up the butterfly calculation. This is the small butterfly. So I'm going to pick this one up and right here. And then I go over there and I'll draw from here to here. And then you see what happened, what I'm talking about. You see that? Only a few numbers, right? And you can move around here, there, just, as you like. To make it readable. So obviously this is what it is. So for a butterfly pattern, if this thing comes in bouncing from this 78%, but it's supposed to go back to here and then come down to 127, but it didn't go here and then it came down to 127 anywhere, right? So it is an extension level, which we will talk about later on, but it is not any harmonic pattern, right? So yeah, so any pattern that you are you're suspecting, any bad pattern, for example, then you can simply pick up the bad here, bad fib, right, and then draw and then see. And if you're not comfortable, you can simply use this one and then draw, see what are the levels fitting in, and then it is the other level. Simple as that, right? So this is how this is what the Fibonacci tool is. Now, when you open a new account in MT4, you will find that you have this on the, okay, by the way, let me make sure one more thing, that this side line, this is I have this action line on my side. Oh, come on, man, what's up? And then usually it is up there. right? You probably have it up there. And I like to keep it on the side, so that's why. So what you can do is that you just drag this and drop here, and it's all here, right? Now, you have two different type of Fibonacci tool. One is usually outside, and this is what it is. Fibonacci retracement, we call it. Fibonacci retracement. You draw, keep your cursor on top of it, and you can read now Fibonacci retracement. Now, there is another tool, which is this Fibonacci expansion. But usually on a new MT4, you're not going to see this one on the action line. It's hidden. So how you get it out? It's like you go here, Fibonacci retracement tool, and right click on it. Then you see this customize, left click on it, and then all of these tools are available to you. So usually the Fibonacci expansion, which is here now, but it is here usually, right? So what you do is that you select here and you press insert, right? Just like, for example, gain a grid. You see what I did? I selected it, and then I put insert, and it's now this side. This side means it's going to show up on here, right there. It is there, right? But if I don't want it, and then I can remove this, boom, and it's gone from there, right? So the tools that I want are there. So you have to do this, and then I got the Fibonacci expansion, rectangle, triangle, and ellipse. These are the 4 tools. I brought them on this side because these are the good tools to mark things up on the chart. So and then Fibonacci expansion is very, very essential to find the targets in Elliott wave. So you must have it, right? So you get this tool out on your action line and then close it, and then now you have, right? So how do we use this Fibonacci retracement and Fibonacci expansion? I will show you in the next video. I want to make a small video in this course so that you can take it chunk by chunk, small, and then you just go, eat something and drink some water and, refresh a little bit, and then come back and watch the next video, right? Too much information at the same time or in one time, it's not good. I've been teaching this, one-on-one and this and that, but that's what I learned, that people are not not being able to absorb too many information at the same time. So take this one, practice, watch this video a couple of times, learn how to use this, and add the levels and remove the levels, and you know that exactly what it is. I'm going to give you these sheets as well, that you can have for your record, that this is what happened actually. All these numbers, where these numbers come from, know, right? And what about this Fibonacci, this series is, what the heck is that, right? And how it is, what is the golden ratio. So now you know all of that. And now the main part is how to use this retracement and expansion tools, right? So in next video, I'll show you then how you use and why we use, where actually, like Fibonacci retracement, mostly in harmonic patterns, and in Elliott wave targeting, we use Fibonacci expansion, right? So until next video, bye for now, and have a wonderful, wonderful rest of the day or night, what you have.